So
Yeah.
it's all love, man, to those guys, to those gentlemen, and to the Philippines. And I just appreciate that they continue to, show me the support as well.
We support you. I mean, most also, just so you know, and you fought three Filipinos. Most Filipinos, they're sometimes they're beasts in the ring, but outside the ring, they're just most of them are too shy, like
Yeah.
sometimes timid, right? They would just smile at you. And this goes to for Michael, Arthur, and Mike that you fought. I'm sure you're gonna have a lot more Filipino opponents. And some of the guys are saying is because in the Philippines we always fight Mexican, so there's Mexicutioner. You're
Yeah.
sometimes you're being tagged as Filipino conqueror.
Oh
Would you be okay with that?
yeah. I mean, if that's what they want to call it. I mean, so what I've seen from the most part is that everybody is wanting me to challenge Casemiro
Yeah.
because they say he's the best Philippine or whatever. Or that's what's being said, at least from what I've seen in comments. So
Okay.
I
Well,
mean,
since you brought it up, let's talk
yeah,
about that, right?
yeah,
So this is gonna be interesting. So, yeah, we confirmed earlier that you did challenge. I mean, Casimero, just so he was my friend, and he is infamous in the Philippines for challenging everyone. Inoue, like all the big fight, but nothing really happened. So
right.
it's happy. It's such a joy for fans that you responded. Oh, finally, someone responded, and this could be a fight. Why did you respond? You really want to fight Casimero? You consider this as a big fight for you?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm not gonna ever. I don't discredit no one. Casemiro,
Mm-hmm.
he's done some big things in boxing. He's rated high for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
He's a champion as well. He's been a champion and so on and so forth.
Multiple
So
division, yes.
exactly. So all respect to him. But I am inclined to be champion as well. I want to be a champion, and in order to be the best, you have to beat the best. So of course, why would I not want to fight Casemiro? So if he's even offering a fight with me, then yeah, let's do it. Because I genuinely believe I'm the best fighter at my division, and I believe that I will knock out all these guys like wholeheartedly, and Casemiro included. I've met Casemiro before.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
met in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
This is coincidentally when I first met Brendan Gibbons. Who was my one of my promoters currently. So I forgot what the gentleman name was, but he was training, and I had sparred with Raya Salim, whatever.
Ray
So
Salim. Yeah.
yeah, so I remember, after that, we took a picture and everything, and I was just like, man, this guy's really small. I like
I think
he's
that was
really
at the
small.
Capitolia gym.
Yeah, 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 yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
It was,
So
and
you
I was
met,
like,
yeah, and I saw the post. You said he was too small. What
yeah,
was your, aside from being small, what is your impression of him? I mean, during that time, just so you
yeah.
know,
I mean,
you're
he's a
working with
like I said,
Brendan.
he's a good fighter. I mean, he's very skilled at everything, and he even has good power too. Good power. I've seen some of his fights, but what I have is God given. Like I said, it's not something that can be taught. It's not something that people can buy or purchase. I have the
Mm-hmm.
the will of a warrior, like in my heart. That's why, like, it's going to be very difficult for anybody to beat me. I'm not. That doesn't mean I'm invincible. That doesn't mean I can't be knocked down or I can't be hurt.
Mm-hmm.
No, it just means that in the end of the day, I'm always going to rise to the occasion. I'm always going to put my best foot forward, and I'm never going to quit. So, with that being said, when it comes to fighting someone like myself, you have to be willing to die in there to beat me. Just because every time I step in that ring, I'm willing to.
Sure, sure. That's why it's exciting to watch you. Also, kind of like the kind of fighters that we want to watch, like going for a knockout, entertaining, inside and outside the ring. You know,
Right.
but just going back, so Casimero was there to spar Raiz Alim as well. You spar? Did you spar with Casimero?
No, I didn't get to spar with Casemiro. I wanted to, but
Uh,
I didn't get to though.
yeah. So Casimero was working with Brendan Gibbons then, with Sean Gibbons. The
Yeah.
team, they don't have a good relationship right now. I don't know if you know.
Nah, nah, they don't at all. They don't at all.
Yeah, so it wasn't that good. So I honestly am curious to see the fight. I doubt if it's gonna happen because of what the history between the two former management, the Gibbons and Casimero. Because Casimero known for trash talking boxers, also known for trash talking their managers and promoters. Just being honest with you. So, but just in case if it happens, I mean, a lot of Filipino fans love him still, but it sometimes become too toxic. How do you handle?
Very
Yeah,
much.
have you encountered that early, or You
I
know,
mean, end
how
of
do
the
you manage
day,
those teams?
I've had to learn, because when now, don't get me wrong, when I started to make an ascension and people started knowing more about me, it was a little more difficult to deal with all the toxic trolling and all that stuff. I
Yeah.
didn't like it, but now I'm a lot more seasoned to it. It's been a couple years, and it's all right. Everybody has their opinion. Nobody cares about their opinion. Most of these guys, they have never even stepped foot in a boxing ring or even know what it entails to be a fighter. So, their comments don't bother me anymore. And to the people who support Casemiro or whatever, cool. I mean, they should. That's their countrymen
Mm-hmm.
and if they're not from the Philippines, then I mean, end of the day, if they're a fan of him, then cool. I mean, that's not it has nothing to do with me. End of the day, I'm gonna stick beside what I say. And if I do fight Casemiro, do I believe I'm gonna knock him the hell out? Absolutely, yes, I will knock him out, and I
Since
I
since
genuinely believe that.
since you're talking about that, how do you see that playing out? When would I mean? Again, most boxers, especially in the Philippines, they don't answer this kind of things because they're afraid to be criticized, bashed if that doesn't happen. But you see how many rounds you think Casimero and you would end up in? What kind of knockout? You said you're gonna knock him out. How do you see
Yeah,
that
I
playing
think
out?
I think I think it would either be a unanimous decision on my behalf, or like I said, or a late stoppage, maybe around the 10th, probably something like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
it would definitely be later in the fight. But yeah, I definitely think I would catch him for sure. I
Right.
don't think he's been in the ring with anybody like me before.
Right. You're actually big for 126, 5'8", right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about
I
five
mean,
about 5'8", 5'9" with shoes.
Casemiro is quite really small, but he's originally at super fly 115, 118.
Right.
He has a problem with the weight, so that's why he's moving up to 126.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, in order to become a champion, I mean, he's also had God-given gift. I believe he's powerful, even though some of the guys criticize him for partying too much, drinking a lot. Actually, I don't know if you know, he's suspended in Japan for being overweight for a year.
No, I didn't know that actually.
So, but it's gonna be expired this October, so he's gonna be fighting in Japan again. He is now with Akameda Promotions, which who I know could be watching this. He just signed Casemiro again to I think a 3-fight deal. Maybe he would see you. You willing to go to Japan to fight
Absolutely. I
Casemiro?
I was already I already had when I was the sparring partner for Ryusuke Nishida for Junto Nakatani. So when we was there, we were talking about me possibly fighting in Japan anyway. So I love Japan. That was, man, it was such a great experience being out there. So yeah,
What do
I
you
would
want?
I would actually absolutely love the opportunity to go fight out there and
Yeah, mm-hmm.
get a big fight like Casemiro, you know what I'm saying? And then that fight, only thing that fight would do would just catapult me again, once again, and just solidify everything that I've said, because it's not if it's not known already, I am a shit talker. I do like to talk,
Yeah, yeah,
but I back it up every single time. That's one thing nobody can dispute. I may
yes.
talk, I may talk, and if some like it, some don't. But let's be truthful about it. Do I back it up? Yes, I do. That's where
Yeah.
all these knockouts come from. So you got to respect it.
Right. I respect that. Definitely. And that's why we're having this interview because these days, I mean, especially like what I said, Philippines, it's hard to do interview. You don't get a lot of contents or anything. But I certainly appreciate that. And, we've seen it in your fights. Like going back to Casimero, if Casimero is watching and you said you want the fight, you got any message for him right now?
Yeah, quit ducking smoke, boy. You need to quit ducking that smoke. I'm right here. I am the smoke. I'm the smoke. So if he want war, right here, come
Okay.
jump in with the wolves.